Hello.
Teacher?
Yeah.
Yes?
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, great. How about my video, Ethan? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah. How are you today, Ethan? How did you spend your morning?
uh, working.
Working. What working?
I think you can probably guess that one correctly.
You mean working for homework? What are you working? Your homework?
Yep.
Okay. And still not. Oh, hello, Annie.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
Ah.
Can you hear me well?
Yes.
All right. So how are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Fine. And by the way, what did you do this morning?
I did homework.
Did your homework and
No more.
no more. Okay. Now, you are, wait, hold on. You are going to be having a debate today. Wait. You're going to debate today about after school, right?
After school, part-time jobs.
Yeah, part-time
Yes.
jobs. Correct. Should students
Have part-time jobs.
have part-time jobs or after school jobs, right?
Right.
Now, are you ready for that, or do you wanna buy some time for it?
Buy some time.
I'm
Okay,
ready.
how many minutes?
5 to 10.
Okay.
What's that sound? Is that
Just
warning?
I think
Oh,
there's
it's
World War III going on.
no way.
No way. Okay,
It's just
just kidding.
outside. It's just outside.
Okay. That's it. Now, 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes is okay for that. You
Oh my god.
you plump up your argument there and it starts now.
Okay.
All right. Teacher? Well,
Yes.
I guess I'm on cons, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. You are on the negative side and Annie is on the affirmative.
Oh my
That's
god. Oh.
I guess 5 minutes, okay. Ethan, are you ready?
Comments first or
Are you sleepy, Ethan?
my turn?
I'm sorry. Are you ready? I was asking if you're ready.
Yes.
Sure. How about you, Tequila?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not good about this.
I'm a little sleepy.
Teacher, I really have problem in sleeping because I go to bed about 10:30 and I always fell asleep at around 1 a.m.
Maybe you
Reasonable.
haven't grossed yourself so much in playing mobile games.
No, I haven't played my video game for months.
Why?
Maybe you should sell it.
What goes through your mind as you like try to hit the bed?
What? Pardon?
Yeah, what goes through your mind when you're on your bed already? Like, what do you think about?
Well,
Maybe your mind is too active. That's why you can't just simply put yourself to dreamland. What do you think? Yes. Do you think of so many things, Ethan?
yes, I
Like
think so.
like what?
Well,
Jazz?
my loss of video games.
I'm sorry. What did you say again?
My loss of video games.
Oh yeah, that's why. You think of the loss, right? Right?
Right.
So you mean you got so like upset that you lost the game, the last game before you went to bed, right?
No, I didn't play them for months, I say.
I mean, yeah, what loss did you talk about?
I
What
suppose
loss?
that it is because that he didn't play video games. I suppose.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, that one. Right, exactly. So yeah, like you're losing the points in there for being so inactive for a long time, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay, I see. Now, well, don't have to worry about that. There is time for everything. Yeah, I understand.
Uh,
I understand your plight. However, there are much more
but
important things that we have to focus ourselves on. So,
but I have this kind of sleeping disorder during a young age, even before I can play video games.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
These are worries. You stress up yourself so much on the petty things. Uh, I'm afraid when you grow up, like there are lots of like more serious problems that you have to go through, and I'm afraid that you're gonna be going more sleepless. Okay, so you
I suppose.
just ease up, just ease up yourself a bit, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry too much about that
Mm.
thing because it's just small. So maybe when you have like more severe problems in the future, I think you won't be able to put yourself to dreamland for like 24 hours, and that's scary.
I got only average about five to 6 hours a day.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's killing yourself in there. You shot yourself in the foot so many times over. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for bringing that one up. Yeah, I think it's really the worries that's causing you uh, a lot of trouble sleeping. It's me. It's the same with me. When I have a lot of things going into my mind, um, it's really difficult to put myself to sleep. However, you just do one exercise. I think it works. It will work. For me, it works sometimes. It it won't work sometimes, but yeah, you can try this exercise. You do this when you're about to go to bed already. Yeah, wait a sec. Okay. You know
Okay.
planking?
I know.
You know that
Yes.
planking exercise, like you do the plank, like this one.
No.
Yeah, when you're on your bed, you do like this, like just this position. And yeah, it sounds very easy. Actually, it's very
Oh,
difficult. It will be you would be lucky if you can stand for a minute doing this, and you will really use up lots of your lower, upper, and middle body strength. So it would really suck up a lot of energy from you, and you would breathe
I suppose.
heavily. Yeah, yeah. So you should try this before you go to bed, and let's see if you can really put yourself into sleep. Okay? You try that. Are you
Okay.
open to doing that?
I think so.
I think so. All right, I see. Thank you. Now let's start with our debate. Are you two ready? We only have like about 30 plus minutes left. Are you
yeah.
ready? Are you ready, Annie?
Yes.
Are you ready, Ethan?
I guess
Guess.
ready.
So,
All right. Now that being said, let's start. Um, in the West and a lot of and also a lot of part of Asia, after school jobs taken by students is not really something that is new. A lot of reasons why students, uh, despite having tons of challenges at school, still sneak in some time to work for their personal reason, be it finances, be it a distraction, or just just to challenge themselves to keep themselves being challenged from the hectic schedule. Whatever that one is, let's put it aside. Today we're going to be debating on the topic, should students take after school jobs? We have two equally brilliant students here ready to take their sides on the issue. And to do her first 3-minute constructive speech, let's give it up for Annie. Annie, you have 3 minutes for constructive speech. Start when you are ready.
so my point is that there should be part-time work, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Start when
Good
you're ready.
afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My point is that there should be part-time jobs. Firstly, children can learn about when to spend their money. Nowadays, a lot of children like spending money on things they don't need. A part-time job can teach them how hard it is to make money, and if the students want to buy something, they might need to use their own money. So they won't need to use their parents' money. The parents can also teach them how to save money, etc., etc., etc. Secondly, part-time jobs won't keep students up too late. Some parents may think part-time jobs will keep students up too late, but that is not really true. You can take a part-time job whenever you want and finish whenever you want. And anyways, a lot of shops in China close at about 8 p.m. So children will also have enough time to do their homework after their part-time job. Thirdly, the part-time jobs will also they may help with some of their math problems because some of the shops need to sell things and etc. And they might need some math problems, and maybe if you do some part-time jobs you might improve your math as well. and maybe you will make your after school times more colorful. And that is what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that one, Annie. You have, yeah, just relax. Okay.
Now I can ask questions now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have 5 minutes interpolation. Maximize the time.
Starts
Ask
now.
relevant questions. Start when you're ready. 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to start. So, Annie, in your essay, you say that students could learn how to spend money. Well, the truth is that study shows that lots of students spend their own money on video games and other useless things. Then some use their monies to follow the fashion, and that is not useful for their studying at their teenage age.
Ethan,
At a
so
teenage.
what is your question?
So my question is, how can students learn how to spend money? Because they do not, since they do not have any responsibility, and also do not have the knowledge and experience to learn how to manage their money correctly.
Well, in answer to this, because that all the money is earned by their hands, and the parents shouldn't give them too many money except for giving them to school, and mostly, if they spend all their money on video games, they wouldn't be able to spend their money on pens, pencils, or something else. So if they keep on spending their money on video games as opposed to that they will think of spending their money on something more useful or something, because their parents won't give them any more money to play video games or something.
Any other
Well,
questions?
I have. Yes, also. So you say that having part-time jobs help students to do math well. Well, actually, part-time jobs sound like being a waiter at a restaurant actually requires our physical health, and so it might make the students feel tired instead of make them feel energetic. So it will keep them sleeping, and they cannot give full effort to do their homework, and also includes, you say, math. Math requires a very clear mind, but the tiredness of after a part-time job will just have the opposite effect. So how can students still have the can still do math well after they have done part-time jobs?
Well, if the student should know when their body needs to rest or something else. So when I said in my essay, when you can take a part-time job whenever you want and finish whenever you want. So if the students are too tired to do it anymore, and they can stop right away and tell someone that they don't want to do the job anymore, to tell the boss. And anyways, because most of the part-time jobs are not are some of the students are not aged yet, and are not 18 yet, so the boss will maybe let them do some easier jobs.
So your answer is exactly what I'm going to say in my next question. Well, do you know how part-time job employers give their employees? Well, it is an hour. They pay their employees money every hour. So if you work like 40 minutes or even 55 minutes, but you stop, then you cannot get the payment. So students cannot stop, or they want to give up all the effort they have paid out during the last in the past.
So what is your question?
So my question is, well, still exactly the same as the last one, because students cannot stop whatever they want, or they want to give up their payment.
Can you please rephrase your question? It's so hard to recall.
I mean, the question is exactly the same as the last one, and because students cannot stop their work as they want, because if they want to give up their payment.
Well, mostly if you are over 30 minutes, the boss because you aren't 18 yet. Mostly the ones who work part-time job, still give you the payment that you should work because, of course, because they know that you are a teenager or something, and they will give you the payment even if you stopped. So if it is over 30 minutes, they will give you the payment. But if it isn't over 30 minutes, they will still give you the payments, but half. So still the students won't be working with no money.
I finished all my questions.
Time's up. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Oh my god.
Just relax. Okay. Now, how can we relax with this intense debate between the two of you going? All right, 3 minutes for your constructive speech. Ethan, start when you're ready. Take down notes. Annie,
Yeah, let's go.
start when you're ready,
Okay, so
Ethan.
my time
Wait. Hold on, Ethan. Can you please go near the microphone? You are almost.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
So, okay, my time starts now. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, my side is that students should not participate in part-time. Well, now as a student, students have their own jobs too. The students' original job is to study to make the future. But part-time jobs can waste their time on studying. Well, now study is the most important thing to students, and also the studying give you a good education, and a good education can give you the chances to survive. And also our least goal is to go to university, and only 50% of all the students can go to university. So you may so I mean one of two students can go there. We have to spend our effort to competing with others, not doing work right now. And also to the parents, they may be concerned about the student safety. Well, there's still a lot of accidents occur in China that some students are like away by some illegal businesses, and that is still common in China, and it is not completely wiped out. So that is one threat to the students' dangers, and parents are really concerned about that. And also to the students, they can become tired after doing part-time jobs, and so they have no effort to do their homework. And also that they might be thinking all day about their payment because even if they're students, they still want more money to have their own economy higher. And to the teachers will find out that the students aren't doing well, and to the society, the employers might the company that the students working part-time job are may also be concerned because that student may not have very good workmanship and work efficiency. So that will decrease the company's working efficiency. So, and also it can cause damage in the working place because they're not yet grown up and they cannot take full responsibility. So all the responsibilities that they make the damage all goes to their parents. Well, that is pretty unfair to me. Okay, then that's all I want to say.
2 minutes and 30 seconds with that speech. So thank you so much for that one, Ethan. Now this time, Annie, you can begin your interpolation. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes,
Wait a minute,
Maximus.
let me get some water. I'm going to get some water.
Okay, sure.
And if he's going to get some water, wait for me.
Yeah, me either. Okay, the three of us, it's fair enough. Okay, wait for me, okay?
Seriously.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Bye-bye.
What's going on?
Teacher is getting something, I think. Well, everyone have the right to do that.
Yeah, we both went to get some water. But did you hear that sound?
Which one? You mean the alarm clock, alarm sound before start? Okay, teacher is back.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
ready to answer the question.
Sorry. Traffic is so heavy.
What?
Just kidding.
What do you mean? What do you mean traffic? Is there traffic in your house?
Yeah, just kidding. Okay, did you wait for me for long?
Not really.
Well,
Not
I
really. Okay.
suppose not long.
It's really difficult to drink a whole barrel of water. That's why. All right, so that's it now. I'm gonna give it to you. It was Ethan's. Oh no, sorry. It was Annie's turn to interpolate, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah. You both ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now let's continue 5 minutes. Annie, start your interpolation when you're ready. Again, let me remind you, an interpolator just asks question, a respondent just simply answer. Start when you're ready, Annie.
Okay. So Ethan, you said that the students might damage the working place and the parents and will need to pay for them. But don't the children have and because the children have payments, why don't they pay them for themselves?
Well, I say that it is the responsibility. The responsibility is still need to be paid by the parents because that is what the law said. You cannot betray the law.
Well, if the students know that their parents need to pay for them, why don't they be more careful?
Accidents is almost unavoidable. So you cannot always avoid accident.
Well, if you
then sorry.
Well, if you say that the accidents are unavoidable, then why do the companies need the parents to pay for just one little cup if they broke one little cup?
Because they damage it. It is their responsibility to pay for what they done.
Well, you also said that the students' least goal is studying, but what do the students also have, and also need to exercise and they also have some free time. But what shall they do in this free time?
These free times they can do whatever they want. They are free times.
So why can't they do their part-time jobs at that free time?
I don't say that to make part-time jobs illegal.
Well, you say that they have their own jobs, that it is studying. Well, why? Because they also need to sports to do all kinds of exercise. Why can't they go to a part-time job to do this? Because as far as I know, that the part-time jobs can also destroy your health.
Well, because yes, of course, it's related with health, but that also requires your effort. So you waste a lot of effort, then you don't have any no effort to participate in doing your homework, doing their main course.
Well, you said that they need to think about their payment. Isn't the payment just paid after they finish their work?
Yes, the payments are paid after their work. What's the problem with that?
Yes, so I said in my essay that they need to store it into a bank or something. They need to learn about saving. So what's your opinion about that?
Well, you meant that students will save their money to get interest, but lots of students will spend their money well as long as their pocket exists after all. And also, the students do not know where to spend their money. Also, students have to pay for the daily use because lots of parents do not pay for their daily use of their working, studying stuff. Well, like your pen and also the paper, like copy and paper, and also for the inks. So the students still have to use the money in order to satisfy their teacher and some of their own something for their own.
I'm done asking, teacher.
Okay, thank you so much for that one, Annie. Now let's go straight head on to the rebuttal. 5 minutes to start your rebuttal, Ethan.
Oh, I see.
Ethan.
Okay, so now my turn starts now. So I have disagreement on students participate in part-time jobs because students should participate in studying instead of part-time jobs. So the time have to be used for different kind of things. So job now is to studying and build their future. And also most parents won't agree and students participate in part-time jobs because there are also many safety issues like I said before. Well, they're target for many illegal tourists and others. And also the students can become too tired after a part-time job. So that is still involved in affecting their studying efficiency, and also they cannot pay for the full responsibility for their low workmanship and work efficiency. It can cause damage to a company, and yes, and also the students may not gain full rights to the employers because the employees are not grown up, so they can't be so and the employee and employer cannot just cost a few dollars cost to go to the Supreme Court to argue about that, so that the employer have the ability to do not keep their promise, and so that is very so that is a bad news for these young workers.
Okay.
And yes.
Okay, thank you so much for that. You've used up 3 minutes, 2 minutes for your rebuttal. Now let's go to the affirmative side this time. Amy, your thoughts. Annie, your thoughts on Ethan's points. 5 minutes to do the rebuttal.
Okay. Well, I disagree with Ethan's point. And students don't need to study all the time. They also have some free time. They also have a lot of free time, as I know. And then they can use this free time to do part-time jobs. And not all the time, but some. Maybe even half an hour or so. Because because if you do half an hour, the boss will also give you half of the money that you need. And also, the damage of the working place shouldn't be paid by the parents. They should be half by the students or half by the parents or so. Because that's because the students know that they had lots of damage, maybe they would avoid doing that, even though this sometimes couldn't be avoided, but they can decrease the times that they damage the working place. And as I also said, a part-time job can also teach students how hard it is to make money, because you need to work very hard to make a lot of money, to make enough money for your trips or something. And so the students won't really have enough money to buy those kinds of games or some chips or something. Maybe they will have some time, a little bit money for some overtime snacks, but not too much because and now they most of them know their money is important and it is hard to take back so much money. And so I'm done. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. You've used up 3 minutes of your rebuttal time. Now, this time, let's proceed to the summary. Ethan, you can do some. You can do summary of the main points as well as extended rebuttal. 2 minutes for that.
Okay, so now my summary starts now. Well, in my opinion, that students should not participate in doing part-time jobs, and their main course is studying, as I said before, because they are building their future by studying now. So if they waste time and doing part-time jobs, they will actually losing their future. Well, as I was saying from the parents, well, it says that all the effort you don't pay now, you have to pay them back in future. So that is true. And so now students should not participate in part-time jobs. Okay, now my summary ends.
Okay, Asteria. Annie, let's have 2 minutes for your summary.
Okay, let's start now. My summary is firstly, the children can learn how when to spend your money and why. And secondly, part-time jobs won't keep students up very, very late. And thirdly, the students can also learn how to do some math problems, and maybe it can even keep their minds on schoolwork. And so I don't think Eden's opinion is exactly right because not every student always needs to think about their payment, and they also need to concentrate on schoolwork. And maybe even their part-time jobs sometimes may even think that one subject is very interesting or so. And as for the safety problems, those are very rare. And if the students know that they needed to pay for what they've done, maybe they will avoid these safety things to happen. But as Ethan has said, some of the damage had the some of the damage couldn't be couldn't just sometimes it must happen. So this, but the students might also need to also will avoid that if they know that there is their money to pay. Thank you.
All right,
Yeah.
I see. Are you okay? Okay, thank you so much for that.
Oh,
Heated exchanges coming from the two of you. I can see a much improved performance coming from Annie today. What do you think, Ethan?
nothing.
Why nothing? Why you don't think nothing?
Because you're kidding.
Yeah, I can see a much better performance coming from you today, Annie. Although I can still see that you are a bit tensed, but it's fine. Compared to your previous hustle. What do you think about that, Ethan?
Well, nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Now, Ethan's a bit conservative, or maybe Ethan is now threatened by your presence, Annie. Oh my gosh,
No,
you're doing good progress.
no, I
No,
do not mean.
you did not mean that, but half halfly meant by that. Okay, thank you so much. Now, let's go to the point. Uh, you raised 3 points there, if I'm not mistaken, if I got it right, correct, Annie. You said it's an opportunity for them to learn how to and where to spend their money on, right? And you also
Right.
said that uh, it teach it could teach them hard work or the value of the hard-earned money, and because a lot of establishment close early in China, so they still have enough time to do homework. I don't think you have rebutted. I don't think you have questioned more on this, Ethan.
What do you mean? Question more on this?
I mean, in the interpolation, you never touched the two of this, right?
The fact that the shops are closed.
I have, teacher.
Oh, okay. Maybe I just didn't get it. All right. And Ethan raised a lot of points here, and I'm glad, Annie, that you really cared. Other than in your rebuttal, you really cared to touch this in the interpolation, and you asked their interesting questions. So good. Now let's go to my comment. This works for the two of you. Now here's the thing. Listen. During the interpolation, you can cut your opponent's response if you're already satisfied with his or her answer, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So as the arbiter, I have the power to to weigh on if your opponent really has really has given a satisfactory answer. So it's okay to cut your opponent's response. Now, my question here is, how are you going to do this? What are you going to say to to ask your opponent to stop giving any further explanation? What would you say? Let's start with
Pardon,
Ethan.
pardon, teacher, you mean give an
Yeah.
explanation?
No, not an expression. How would you ask someone, or your opponent rather, to how would you cut? What expression would you say to cut him or her in her response?
Please stop.
Please stop. No, that is. How about you, Ethan?
Just
For
kidding.
information.
Okay, or maybe you can say, I think I already got your point. Uh, Sorry for interrupting. Let
You
me.
mean we can say, I can see that, and
Yeah, yeah, you can say that one. There's so many nice ways, professional ways to say it. Okay, I'm just giving one. Like you can say, I think I already got your point. Let me go to my next question. Okay, and
Okay.
then it's up to me, the arbiter, if I would merit your request or not. Okay, so don't you can do that because during the debate, some of your uh, some opponents would like let you to stick to one question, and what would they do is that they would just go beating around the bush just to kill the time. So you have to be very wary of that. All right, you have to be very aware of that one, and uh, you should be keen enough in identifying such kind of an opponent, and you can cut him or her should you have a satisfactory answer coming from your opponent as well. Okay, now next one is you verify the veracity of information or source of information in the interpolation if you want. So there are some claims of evidences or maybe statistics or maybe studies brought to you by your opponent. However, you can just simply like accept it just the way it is. No, you can actually verify the accuracy, okay, or the truthfulness of the information, and even you can ask your opponent like how credible the, the source of your opponent for the information that he or she got. So if you are kind of like having second thoughts as to the veracity of information or as to its credibility, then you can ask for a verification for it. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Next is try to be very not try but be very direct with your question, right? So if you are the interpolator, your goal is to uh, to ask as many questions as you want in within a given time. And if you don't practice to be direct with your question, that would really cut some of the time allotment given to you. And also, don't forget, do not lecture. You can bring out evidence or studies that you have gathered through your research. However, don't forget to ask question out from it. Some of you will just bring out like the studies or pieces of evidence, and then there's no follow-up question. It's very important that you don't forget your question, especially if it's in the interpolation part, or else you're just simply doing lecture and that you would lose points for that. Is that clear? Did you get it?
Oh, yeah.
Eason.
Yeah.
Okay. No circumlocution. Although, sorry. Although you can use this as a dirty tactic, especially if you're the respondent to the question. However, this does not actually increase your efficiency as a debater, efficacy as a debater. So go away with this. Okay. Next, structure your rebuttal. What do I mean by this? Is that um, so that your opponent, the arbiter, and the audience would know how many points you have rebutted already. It's better you use like sequencing words or linking words to better emphasize your point into structures while you rebuttal. However, you can just use like the connectors or the sequencing word like first, second, third, fourth, fifth. It's better because you are giving us an impression that you are now rebutting the certain kind of the certain sequence of point. Like, oh, you're on the third point of your rebuttal already. Oh, you're in the fourth point of the rebuttal already. Oh, on the fifth point of rebuttal already. So just make it clean, okay? Well structured and well sequenced. Do you understand?
Yes.
Ethan, you got it? Did you get it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This helps you develop your eloquence, okay, your organization of your idea. Next is end your speeches properly. Again, whether you are done with your constructive speech or you're done with your summary speech, you should have a hint that you are already done. Okay, you can say thank you so much for listening, I rest my case, something like that, a hint that you're already done, or that all being said, or that all being said, I don't have any further uh, contention, something like that. Okay, and also in the interpolation, it's you give everyone hint that you're already running out of questions. Okay, how would you say that? For example, you don't have questions to ask anymore. How would you properly end your interpolation? Uh, let's start with
No,
Ethan.
I have no question.
Okay, no further question. Thank you. Okay, always be very polite, or always be polite. Not really very, but always be polite. Okay. How about you, Annie? Give me another expression to end your interpolation, or to mark that you don't have any point to ask. How would you say it?
I'm done asking my questions. Thank you.
Okay, or you can say, I think I don't have any questions anymore. Thank you. All right.
All right.
Now let's go to the rate this time.
Teacher?
Some time for this.
Teacher?
Teacher?
I'll just follow up this one. Okay. Hello.
Hello, is anyone there?
Hello, everyone's on mute.
I think you're stuck.
Why are you on mute? I can't hear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
so.
You're just stuck. Hello, is anybody there? Hello, is everybody there?
Hello, Ethan.
Yes.
I can't hear you. I don't know why.
But he's speaking.
Hello. You are muted. Please control A. I'm muted. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, oh my! I can't hear you. Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. Oh yeah,
Ah,
yeah, I can hear
Hello.
you now. So I
this
will
is
just,
better.
yeah, I will just, yeah. Why were you asking to participate in British Parliament debate?
Yeah, but we need more people there. We
Yeah,
need more.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of a British Parliament, but you just have two people arguing, right?
But this is what they call what public what debate? What's the name?
What?
I remember that this debate, this kind of debate's name is
Oh yeah, Oxford, Oregon. You mean?
yeah. So I think we can change can we change a method of debating? Or I mean way.
What do you mean?
What do you
I don't
mean?
get it.
So can we change into
Oh, so you mean change a way of debating?
yes, that's a method.
Change into
Well,
what?
how?
To what?
British Parliament debate. That will be
What's that?
that is but I need more students to participate in because I need about eight uh debater. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
But how? How can we do that if we're just this, we're just having the three of us here? Okay.
Well,
How about we get some students over here, eh?
Oh, yeah. Do you have friends who are willing?
Friends are willing? Yeah, of course.
British Parliament actually is a team debate. Okay.
know that
But
eight
before,
of each
yeah,
the
but
government what's that opposite? Yeah.
Can we do it on two vs two?
I'm sorry.
Then
To what?
2 versus 2?
well then there's no
No
difference
rebuttal
between
list. You don't have rebuttal list.
yeah,
Oh my god.
we don't have rebuttal then.
I'm sorry.
We don't have rebuttal in the British Parliament debate. Well, we certainly know that.
But yeah, but I suggest that you still have to, hone your, like, for example, your constructive speech, the way you write, the way you cr- you ask question, and the way you form your rebuttal, and then once that is much more polished, then we can just do, yeah, even Oxford, Oregon. I think it's just, the British parliamentary debate. We are just doing just like that, okay? However, this is just a hybrid format. This is a hybrid format. You're doing interpolation, you're doing the rebuttal yourself, and you're doing the summary yourself. But
Well,
this is a hybrid.
I think it's better that different uh, member of the group have a different have is responsible for different part of the
Yeah, yeah,
whole
yeah.
debate.
I know someone's gonna be talking about somebody's gonna be debating about the necessity, the beneficiality, the practicability, and someone's gonna do the rebuttal. However, just give yourself some more time to practice the basic skills of the debate before we go into a team, right? And also, you two are gonna find yourselves teammates. So you still have to find teammates for yourselves. Would that be fine?
What?
Okay, I understand.
You got my point. Yeah, your thoughts, Annie.
So we're going to find teammates, and after we're ready, we can go on a team debate, right?
Yeah, make sure that your teammates as well knows the fundamentals of the debate, right?
What?
The prime minister and then the deputy of the
No, no, no,
government
no, no.
and
We're not gonna do the British Parliament today. We're just going to do the Oxford, Oregon. That would be better. That would be easier.
oh I know And an Oxford Oregon debate also can have teammates.
Yeah, this what I'm doing here is a hybrid Oxford Oregon. It's just between the two of you, all right? Do you understand? Okay,
Understanding.
So when are we going to
British
use
parliamentary is too many. We just have the Oxford. You just need 4 per team, all right?
4 per team?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
3 speakers and 1 rebuttalist, and that's it.
3 speakers?
Yeah.
What?
I don't really get it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next time, right? Just have to be worried about your fundamental, you improve your speeches, and then you improve your interpellation, and then you improve your rebuttal, your summary, and if I'm confident enough that you can give it a go for the Oxford Oregon format, then that's it. I'm gonna give you a green light for that. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay. But thanks so much for bringing that one up, Ethan. I'm quite surprised. How do you know about the British parliamentary debate?
The first kind of debate I participate in is the British Parliament debate.
You already did.
Yes, that's what I did.
Oh yeah, so you already had teammates for that.
No, I mean I have participated in that before.
Yeah, but you of course you had teammates.
Yes.
Yeah, you can
but
tap them. You can tap them. We can just have a war ourselves.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
You already have Annie on the other side. Anyway, we're going too long. Okay. Any question,
Oh,
concern?
no.
No, Annie is just, taking her take off. So we'll just let Annie to have some time, right? Don't have to rush things. Okay? All right,
Alright.
Ethan?
yeah.
All right, Annie?
Alright.
All right, thank you so much for your time. I gotta say bye for now. And see you. Keep improving. I hope you read my suggestion. I want to see improvement next time, okay?
Okay.
Ciao, ciao,
Okay.
ciao, ciao.
Adios.
Oh.
Adios.
Adios.
Adios, mi amigo and mi amiga. Buenos dias.
Huh? Buenos
Buenas
días.
buenas tardes.
Sí, buenas tardes. Hasta pronto.
Hasta pronto.